Let's rock.
All right, welcome to The Scoop with Chris and Whitney. I'm Whitney Reed, National Sales Manager here at BPI Sports.
And I'm Chris McKenzie, Senior VP of BPI, and together we make one of the prettiest and shortest teams around. We're supposed to say prettiest and toughest, but I don't want to say toughest. Speaking of tough, I'm gonna go off the script here already.
Let's do it.
I don't know if you're on Whitney's Instagram feed this week, but we were on the road doing what we do. We're sales guys, and Whitney had his first return to a legitimate workout since he broke his leg. So
yeah,
we were in a Gold's Gym somewhere in the Northeast. We don't want to say too much about our location because we're very secretive. But we did a little chest and tries.
Yep, I'm gonna give myself a little plug here. Whitney Reed 33_fit. If you're not following me.
Shameless plug time.
Yeah, so I got my first real workout since first week of June, and it was great. Chris actually brought a chair next to the bench, so I was able to bench press, sit down on the chair in between sets. I think everybody around us was getting a little annoyed.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Dude, there's nothing better than going to a strange gym and being in everyone's way.
Absolutely.
So the benches were like right near the Olympic lifting platforms, and you know, I do have a lot of respect for Olympic lifters, but for the most part, they're pretty irritating to be around when you're in the gym. So, you know, these fools with their socks and shin guards were doing snatch clean jerks, whatever the heck they were.
Yeah, overhead somethings. And
meanwhile, Whitney with a broken leg cranks out 5 on the bench with 275 without even thinking it. So quick little training tip. One thing we did, I actually got a little elbow pain right now, and obviously Whitney's not able to like kill it on the bench with a broken foot that's in a cast. So we did relatively heavy flies and then supersetted that into the pressing. So pecs are a little pre-exhausted. I thought it was a great move. I was sore as fuck.
Awesome move, and I don't know if it was, you know, I got some lighter workouts, you know, the past couple weeks, but nothing serious. And I don't know if it was from the lack of training over the past however many weeks, but I'm still sore today. Yeah. I hurt.
Yeah, so that was a great time. And Whitney, you know, obviously you're a good friend and a great guy, but listen, seeing someone with a broken foot take their workouts pretty serious, there's something really cool about it. So mad props, as they used to say about 8 years ago. I don't know what the current line would be.
I actually learned something there. I didn't tell you about this. When I walked to the locker room, when we went to the, what were we doing over there? The dips on the dip machine.
Yeah, it was like 2 different rooms.
Yeah. So I walked over to the locker room, and there was a doctor in there that asked me what I did, and you know, everybody's, you know, interested in the injury when you're walking around with a cast on, and especially in the gym. And the doctor showed me that I was walking with the crutch in my wrong hand. So if you watch the video, you'll see it's in my left hand, which is on my injured side. You're supposed to walk with the crutch on the opposite side of the injury, and it's a more seamless way to walk.
Can't even break your foot right, can you? What a moron.
Always learning. But hey, look.
All right, wait. So just wanted to say real quick, I love SportsCenter, and they usually got on the side of the screen all the topics coming, so envision a screen. We have a secret birthday wish coming out to someone. It's actually not a secret if I'm announcing it. We're going to have a cool segment about Whitney and I's top 10 gyms in the country, and we do travel a lot, so that should be pretty fun. We've created a segment here called the Fire Drill, which is just question and answers for, we try to do it in about 60 seconds. We may run a little bit long. Obviously, we're going to talk about some of the new BPI products and some things going on. We do want to shout out one of our killer Team BPI members, my buddy Dave Berle, but more to come on that later, and get into a little bit of our keto product line. So lots of fun to be had and lots of ground to cover. I'm ready.
Let's rock and roll.
All right.
All right, enough about
Super
us.
producer Big Dennis. All right.
All right, so Chris mentioned the birthday shout out this week, and we are celebrating a huge birthday. For a huge guy. Literally huge. And if you scroll through Instagram, you'll see thousands of people wishing this guy a happy birthday. We want to wish happy birthday to 4-time Mr. Olympia, Jay Cutler. Yeah, so happy birthday, Jay. I believe would tell you he's 39. Might be in the 4s though, but I don't know. You know, I don't want to blow up his game.
Jay-Z, 444.
444. I don't know. I mean, he's whatever age he is, he's in awesome shape.
Yeah, Jay, you are aging wonderfully. I think I'm actually, last time we talked, I'm a year or 2 older than you. So, but you still got all your hair. You still got most of your muscles. You got no aches and pains that you see when you walk around. It's you're really a testimony to how to kill it in the sport and exit with a ton of positivity tied to you. So.
And why do you think some other athletes do not come down so gracefully?
I'm going to say it's they don't take care of themselves properly while they're training and putting themselves through. You know, Jay is always, you know, he takes really good care of himself, and whether it's, you know, from massage or therapy or whatever it is, and the guy's just been able to hold it together. And not only that, there's a reason he's the best ever, right? Not many people can do this, and he is genetically gifted and superior above other people.
Mm-hmm. I would agree. And on that note, you know, one thing that we're kind of play this like I'm like an elder statesman of the game here, which I am. But one thing I can appreciate about Jay is, I mean, I think he turned IFBB pro in the mid or late 1990s. And he had his last Olympia competition in 2013, I think, and I might be a year off on that. So it's really one hell of a career. I mean, it's 3 decades of competing. And I find that to be really cool. I know the first time I ever saw Jay compete, I didn't know him at the time, but he won a show that used to be called the Night of Champions, which has since morphed into the New York Pro. And that show used to have the reputation for predicting the next Olympia. I know Lee Haney won it and went on to win the Olympia. Dorian won it, went on to win the Olympia. Mr. Ronald Coleman won it and went on to win the Olympia. And sure enough, Jay Cutler did too.
That was a cool show.
Yeah, that was the best, man, in the old days. Another interesting thing about Jay, he was one of the few guys that have won both the Arnold and the Olympia.
Right.
Let me see, what else? We got a couple stats here.
Yeah, well,
I got a great stat. Jay's from Worcester, Mass.
Yep.
You ever dine in Worcester, Mass?
I have.
Yeah?
Are you talking about specific?
Yeah, it's a great one. Tell the story real quick.
All right, so this goes back to, I'm guessing, I don't know, was it 2012 maybe?
It's all a blur.
I don't know.
That rearview mirror is awfully blurry these days.
It all blends together. But I was on the road at the time for BPI, and we had just recently signed Jay, maybe a couple weeks before that. It was right before a big road show we went on with Jay. And I was visiting stores in the area. Late one night, I stopped in right outside of Worcester, and next to the hotel there was a restaurant. I walked over to it. It was, you know, like 10 o'clock at night. There's only one place open. I go in, and I'd known Jay by that point, maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 years at that time, and sat down, ordered my food, and I had a BPI shirt on, and the waitress says, "Hey, I know somebody that works with BPI, and he's a bodybuilder." And, you know, everybody says they know a bodybuilder. I think we've talked about that before. I know somebody really big and, you know, whatever. And she didn't say who it was at first. She brought me my food, and she says, "Do you know who Jay Cutler is?" I said, "Yeah, who the fuck doesn't know who Jay Cutler is, right?" And sure enough, it was his sister working at the restaurant. That was really cool.
That's cool so classic. You know, everybody said, "Oh, you know, my brother is a famous but and then, you know, when the brother's Jay Cutler, yeah, they got you on that one. So just one or two other quick things about Jay. We're trying to give a little tribute. So, you know, he grew up in this, you know, I don't know if anyone's ever been to Worcester. It's kind of like the epitome of working class America in a very charming way, not in an insulting way. You know, Jay's family, from what I understand, I didn't know him in these days, obviously, but they had a concrete business. And, you know, Jay worked for the Cutler Brothers Concrete, and he started there when he was a preteen. Nowadays, at preteen age, all they do is consume Pop-Tarts and play video games. So it's an interesting start. And
if you see those pictures of Jay, I think he actually just posted one of I think he was like 15 years old. You can tell the guy was doing physical labor as a as a young kid.
Farm head.
Absolutely.
So let me see. Aside from that, that's enough about Jay. Everyone knows how awesome he is. We do want to.
I do have one more story, real quick.
All right, hit us.
All right, the first time I actually met Jay, and when we kind of started our friendship, this is, I don't know, back, it must have been 2009, 2010, something like that. And I was with our good friend Kevin DeHaven.
Good old Kev, yep.
Kevin was staying with Jay right before the Olympia, what year did he come back and win? Because he lost to Dexter, whatever. Okay, so that year that he came back and won, our buddy Kevin was staying with...
He is the only Mr. Olympia to lose the title.
That's correct.
And win it back.
He is, although Arnold did not compete and came back to win it.
But he was the only one to regain it, lose it, and come back and win the following year. And so I went to meet Kevin actually at Jay's house. They'd been close friends for, I don't know, 15 years at the time, 10 years. And I was hanging out with Kevin there, and a bunch of people running around the house. And you know, he had just kind of started his apparel line at the time, and he had some people handling that or whatever. And here comes Jay looking amazing. You know, the guy just a day away from winning the Olympia back. one of the freakiest things I've ever seen. And I'm sitting at the counter, and he came over and started talking to me as if we'd known each other forever. I mean, Jay's such a nice guy. He's a very personable guy. And about 30 minutes into the conversation, he realized that I didn't work for him. He thought I was one of the guys in the house that was like working for him. And it's like, nah, man, I'm just here with Kevin. Yeah. So
I'm just mooching off you. Yeah. I'm mooching off your mooch. Yeah. Nah. And Kevin DeHaven, by the way, awesome dude, great friend of BPI, also a very sought after personal trainer. Yeah. So if you're looking for a high-end contest prep guy, look up Kevin DeHaven, Decon Training, great outfit there. So before we move past Jay, I do have one special guest we want to get on the line here, one of Jay's good friends.
Hey, Chris.
Mr. Dave Berle, my friend, what is up?
How are you, man?
Hey, we're doing great. I understand you're out in Tampa covering the Tampa Pro?
Yeah, man, I'm here with Digital Muscle, and I've never been. It's the first time. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, I got you on speaker because we have a microphone picking you up. So.
Okay, I just want to make sure that you hear me okay. So.
No, I hear you great. So, listen, yesterday was a pretty big birthday for someone in the industry. Let me ask you this question. I know you and Jay are super great friends, but I don't actually know how you met him. How did you actually meet Jay?
Okay. So, what happened originally is that right after the 2001 Olympia, when he almost won, I met him at the Arnold Classic. He was actually at the DoubleTree having dinner with Kerry, and I was with a friend of mine who actually was friends with him. I didn't know him personally, and he introduced me to him, and that was the first contact ever with him and with them. And then we went on each other, on my way, and that just kind of left it at that. And then after that, I remember he skipped the Olympia 2002 because he was moving to Vegas at the time, from Orange County to Vegas. So I sent him an email, and I said, hey, I don't know if you remember me. I'm Dave. I met you with Scott, back at the Arnold. And, I just wanted to tell you that it's too bad you're not doing the Olympia this year because I really feel like you could win it. You came so close last year. So I just wanted to tell you that. And I said, if you can, send me a picture and your VHS tape, a cut above at the time. I'd be glad to get that from you. Let me know how much I owe you. And he said, oh, no, of course I remember you. I said, any friend of Scott is my friend, and don't worry, there's no charge for the DVD, the VHS and the photo. So he sent that to me, and he said, thanks for the compliment. And I kind of just left it at that. And I said, at the time I was with Max Muscle. Actually, I was working for Max Muscle. And I noticed in the video, or whatever I could find of Jay, he was always wearing Max Muscle pants or Max Muscle shirt. He was a big fan of the brand, the clothing brand back then. So I said, I work for Max Muscle, so if you want, I'd like to send you some fresh clothing, some new clothes, if you want to wear them in your videos or whatever, or just around the gym. He says, oh, I love their stuff, so please, send that to me. So, that was kind of like the first, friendly contact we had.
So, hey, listen, two things I want to interject with. For our millennials, a VHS tape is what people watched before YouTube was in existence. So, there's little bing, Movement 1 for the younger kids. And Dave, were you wearing that really dope vest that you had a picture of you wearing up on Instagram the other day?
No, I didn't dress up.
All right.
I didn't know.
Back in the days, yeah.
I remember sitting in front of him, and I was just so nervous about, please be, entertaining, so he wants to see you again, or he wants to stay friends. Right. It was so stupid, and as soon as we sat down and we started talking, after 5 minutes, I forgot all about that. And Jay's the kind of person.
Such a normal guy, yeah.
When you get to meet him as a person, he's not Jay Cutler, the bodybuilder anymore. He's just so. Yep. He makes you feel so comfortable. He's just a regular guy. He'll talk about cars. He'll talk about girls.
Baseball.
Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. And
so.
It makes yourself comfortable.
No, hey, listen, Dave. Enough about Jay. It's been 5 minutes now. Enough about that guy. On this podcast that Whitney and I are doing here, we do actually shout out one of the Team BPI athletes every week. And, you are definitely a huge member of our team. You're out there doing demos on the West Coast. You represent our brand. Really wonderful. And we just want to acknowledge you with a huge thank you. Definitely, what you do for the industry and what you do for our brand. We're incredibly grateful. And in 30 seconds, why don't you tell us what Dave Berle as an athlete has coming up in the near future?
Well, I just signed up with digital media. The digital muscle with Dan Solomon. So we got some big projects coming up. It's kind of, for the past few years, I've been, with Flex, with MD, with Muscle and Terra, and now with Dan Solomon's digital muscle. So it's great. I still do always what I've always done, which is the Muscle BCB interview, and I'm really plugged into the industry. I'm very fortunate because, of course, again, being friends with Jay opened a lot of doors. I got to meet everybody. It's a great. So I really like working for BPI, which is again, I'm with BPI because Jay came on board with you, and he's the one who said at the time, "Hey, we're starting a demo program. You're great about knowledge about supplements. Why don't you come in and work for us?" And I was going at every Olympia and every Arnold with you guys, and that's how I got to meet you and the crew and Witt and all these guys and Jesse and and Derek, which I was lucky enough that actually Derek liked me, which Jay was kind of really worried about.
Hey, listen, don't be too sure of it, dude. No, I'm just kidding. Well, first off, listen, Dan's a great guy. Dan Solomon, he keeps saying we got to meet up for lunch, and then never coming through. So let Dan know that he owes me a hamburger one of these days.
Okay,
and I know you're also getting ready for what, North Americans or something?
Actually, you know what? No, it's gonna be too short. So I think my next outing will be the Ferrigno.
Woo! That's
I need to make some more progress. I need another 5 pounds.
That is a great. Hey, don't we all, brother? Well, listen, maybe we'll check back in with you before the Ferrigno show, but we appreciate your anecdotes on Jay, and definitely happy to have you as like kind of our featured BPI athlete of the week here on the podcast. And all I would ask, Dave, is just keep doing what you're doing because you're great at it, and we appreciate you.
Dave, we love you.
Thank you, guys. Hey, how's this foot, man? You getting better?
All good, man. Getting better every day. I'm going to see you this weekend in Tampa.
No more. Oh, you coming to Venice?
Yep. No, in Tampa. I'll see you here shortly.
He's going out to Tampa later today, so. All right, man.
Okay. Well, okay. Thank you so much, guys.
All right. Tell Reagan we said hi.
You got it.
Later, brother.
Bye.
All right, real quick, just to give him a plug. And if you don't know Dave, he's one of the best guys in the world. He's such an awesome, genuine guy. Check him out on Instagram, DaveMadMax6. And if you scroll down a couple pictures, you will see that incredible vest that he is wearing. Have to get one of those. Okay.
I have one. I just got to dust it off.
Hey, thanks, Dave, for joining us today. He's a great friend of BPI, and good to have him on the show.
We need a soundtrack for this one, like.
It's the fire drill.
It's the fire drill.
All right, let's knock it out.
All right, fire drill. I'm going to ask you a question. You got like a second answer, and then you fire back at me. Right. Questions were written in by people who had questions for us, and if you have any, address them to Dennis, D-E-N-I-Z, at bpisports.net. You can guarantee your emails will not be read. Witt, do you do any specific exercises for forearms?
No, I do not.
All right.
I will add, though, deadlifts, hammer curls, it all works your forearms, so you don't need to do anything specific for forearms.
All right.
Chris, 2 exercises for traps.
All right, dude, listen, it's real simple. Super heavy shrugs with more weight than you can even handle, nothing gets your traps sore, and probably cleans would be my next one. Hang cleans, not necessarily from the floor. Witt, best time to take BCAAs?
All day long.
Oh, great answer, great answer.
Okay. On the road meals.
Here's the easiest answer.
I know what it is.
Hard-boiled eggs anywhere you go. I just bought a ton of them at a rest stop and ate them all.
Maybe you'll see Colin Kaepernick in the rest stop.
That's right.
We ran into Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah, we stopped this rest stop. Dude looked just like Colin Kaepernick, who might actually be working at a rest stop right now, unless the Dolphins pick him up. We'll see. Witt, for you, any tips on how to get rid of man boobs?
Funny you asked that. I actually did a really cool video on that. It's been one of our best performing videos over the past couple years. Click the link in the bio if you want to find out. Red meat. I know you eat a lot of red meat.
Yeah, I mean, definitely in prep mode, I think red meat is okay to eat every day. In terms of blood pressure and stuff, you might not want to eat it every day for the rest of your life. But if you are dieting and looking to clean it up, nothing's easier and better than 93% lean ground beef with the living heck grilled out of it.
Yep, I love it.
Witt, favorite music to work out to?
Come on, we both agree on this. Old school rap music.
Yep, especially from the 90s. Little Kid Creole.
Speaking of, no, we'll pass on that.
Last one.
Have you ever kipped? And if yes, are you ashamed that you've done this?
So I love wide grip pull-ups. I have done kipping pull-ups in my CrossFit class, and it is embarrassing. And
that's the first and only time we'll have it recorded on.
Yeah, so I am admitting to it. Although I did do 20 wide grip pull-ups when everyone else was kipping to get 12. So
I cannot do that.
In your face, everyone else.
I do 2 pull-ups.
Next segment we got, and this is one I'm particularly thrilled for. These are not going to be in any particular order, but Whitney and I are going to each share our top 5 favorite gyms from around the country. And I would preface that by saying we're each from a different part. We're each on the East Coast, but he's from Virginia, I'm from New Jersey, so there's some regionality there. And we're both on the road a ton. So we do have the honor and privilege of going through great gyms nationwide pretty easily. While I'm going, I'll just keep it rolling. I have 2 gyms I want to give an honorable mention to. One is the Destination Gym in Dallas, which is actually a pretty great gym, but I'm just not down with that Dallas vibe because I'm an East Coast guy and they're Dallas people.
What's the Dallas vibe?
I don't know, man. It's just not my thing, you know?
Yeah, neither one of us are a fan of Dallas.
Yeah, it's like a lot, you know, I mean, the Gasp store is there, so there's the whole thing. Gasp's cool, and that guy Michael from Gasp seems like a really nice dude. But my number 5, or my entry one, Miami Iron here in Miami. Really small, but really hardcore, really passionate, owned by a pair of firefighters, and they love anybody that works out, and it's $5 a day to get in, so it's heaven on earth.
Gotta love
We'll
that.
have the link to all these places down below.
So they're great.
Want me to go? Okay.
Yeah, we'll each do one until we work up the list.
All right, yeah, like no particular order. I'm going to start with Quads in Chicago. That is a really hardcore gym. If you've never been there, go to Chicago, check it out. Really hardcore, cool place.
Next on my list, and I hate to say it, but I'm going straight East Coast from here on out because that's where I'm from. I'm going to give it, obviously, Bev Francis Powerhouse Gym. I've only trained there about 4 times in my life, but back when I did really care about competing, I had the honor of shooting an In the Trenches video for Muscular Development. I was training legs. That gym could not have been any cooler. Steve was welcoming to any bodybuilder who walked in. And my favorite part of the video is me talking about my training while Kevin English is buzzing around the background, deadlifting about 8 plates for reps like it's nothing. And I'm the one that the camera's on. Oh, that's pretty fucking retarded, huh? Yeah.
I've never been there. I need to go. I don't know why I've never been to Bev's gym, so I need to check that out. All right, the next 2 are a tie for me. They're actually local gyms here in South Florida in Fort Lauderdale. For 2 different reasons. You've got the gym, which is on the beach here, and as far as scenery, you can't beat it. You can work out on the rooftop, you get a view of the ocean, it's awesome. It's a really cool gym as far as the location and the scene, and that's going to be a tie with the former World Gym here. It's now a Titan Gym, and I'm going to say it's got the best equipment in any gym I've ever been in.
Yeah, wow. Yeah. Well, I'm going to dispute that because I've taken you to Strong and Shapely, which is next on my list, and there is no gym in the fucking world with more equipment than Strong and Shapely. I mean, they got dumbbells that were only made for like a year in 1989, and they got a complete set of them. It's in Rutherford, New Jersey. It's owned by a guy named Bob Bonham, who really has been just pumping his life into the sport of bodybuilding for many years. Bob is a great dude, and he's been working hard for our sport. So Bob's great, and that gym is, listen, it's huge. And it goes from powerlifting to bodybuilding to fitness, and there's a cardio room, there's a posing room. Dumbbells go up to 250 pounds, so in your fucking face, every other gym in the world.
We did dumbbell rows with those, right?
Yeah, we did them.
250s, yeah.
Yeah, it hurt. My ribs are still sore. So that's next on my list.
And that's definitely a throwback. If you grew up in the 90s watching bodybuilding, you walk into that place, it takes you right back. Next on my list would be Gold's Venice. It's the Mecca. What else can you say about it?
Yeah,
right?
I would agree with that. Next on my list is really, you know, like Biggie said, could have been number 1 to me, but considering it was his own list and he had him down, I thought that was always an odd thing to say. But Diamond Gym in Irvington, New Jersey. Anybody from the East Coast, these guys run the New Jersey NPC. John Kemper, who is deceased, was the New Garden State chairman of the NPC. Listen, one thing I learned about bodybuilding is, and fitness, and even our supplement business, you have to love everyone else with a passion for fitness and supplements. And too many people are too quick to say that guy's arms are bigger than mine, he's an asshole. This guy, John, welcomed anybody that wanted to get in better shape, whether it was weight loss, competing, powerlifting. Great dude. And to the gym's credit, it hasn't changed a beat since it opened in the mid-70s. We're talking, you've been there. Wood panel walls. Anybody that ever won a show and train there's got a picture on the wall. Dumbbells aren't even on racks. They go up to about 180 in a giant pyramid.
Yeah,
it's whack. And culturally diverse. I mean, Irvington's not the easiest town in the world. And if you go in there to work out hard, black, white, yellow, brown, Puerto Rican or Haitian, yeah.
I like that.
You are welcomed with open arms, and that's charming.
I had the honor of Chris taking me there last year, or a year and a half ago, whatever it was my first trip to Diamond Gym. And now every trip we go to New Jersey, I try to make sure that we train there. And I'm going to be extra biased on my number one gym. It's Wolfgang's Gym, Richmond, Virginia. That is actually my old gym. My brother and I owned that back in the day, and been around since the late 80s, early 90s. And it's a true hardcore bodybuilding spot. It's got great equipment. It's tons of hammer strength, tons of heavy dumbbells. Pretty much all the bodybuilders that ever really came out of like Richmond or that area in Virginia all trained at Wolfgang's at some point. So it's kind of like a diamond, but not quite as hardcore.
Yeah, and I know you got a lot of stories that come out of there, so I look forward to hearing them over and over again.
Question for you. You were talking about the last gym you went to. You were sore as hell. I want to make a shameless plug here. Give me 3 products from BPI. Wait, do we have any more gyms?
I got one more.
Let's do it.
Okay, let me throw my number one, and then we'll let Whitney talk about battling soreness. My favorite gym is in Neptune, New Jersey. It's a place called Jersey Shore Fitness, and listen, I'm totally like a Jersey Shore kind of guy. And if you ever saw the MTV show, The Jersey Shore, that's pretty much an accurate depiction of what it's like. But this gym isn't quite as, Staten Island blowout type. It's an old firehouse with exposed brick wall. A lot of the equipment there, the guys welded themselves. And it is just awesome, and it's the same kind of thing as Diamond. I mean, if you're there to work out, you're everyone's best friend, and it's kind of like you go there and you leave with friends. So it's a great spot if you're ever in Neptune. Jersey Shore Fitness, one of the best. And I've had many a workout there that made me pretty sore, Whitney. So if I were to leave one now, what would you recommend I use supplementally to battle the soreness?
Great lead in. Easy answer to that. Number one product is going to be glutamine. I recommend, obviously, our best glutamine. Also with, as far as BCAAs, like I said, I drink those all day long. I think that helps limit the soreness after your workout. What else would you throw in the mix?
Creatine for recovery. Creatine for everything.
Absolutely. It works.
Yeah,
it works.
Seriously.
How can you deny the most studied supplement in history, right? It works.
Chris, you actually have a great story about first time the New Jersey guys got a hold of the creatine. And every Guido had.
Everybody's bench press went up 5 pounds the month that creatine came out, without a doubt. So, yeah, every Guido threw some more weight on the bar. Let's see, what else we got on the agenda here?
My favorite topic of the week.
Yeah.
Our freakish human feat of the week. This is an interesting story here this week. If you've been paying attention, Michael Phelps it was billed that he was going to race a great white shark this week. Everybody was looking forward to it. It seemed like a cool event. Nobody really knew how this was going to play out, and I was paying attention to it, but I didn't exactly hear the details on it. But when he actually did it, it was a CGI shark that he raced, and I don't think fans were too happy about that because
they wanted him to die, apparently.
Well, yeah, they wanted him to get his legs bitten off, but. Although kind of a cool idea, I get where they were going with it. I think everybody was pretty much disappointed.
He only lost by a little bit though, because they had the shark chasing it was chasing food. So the shark was going full speed, and he lost by a fin.
He would have been fucked.
I mean, listen, what's this like the Parthenon, where like men are wrestling lions and they're making a lion fight a bear who fights an elephant? I mean,
they still do that in Russia, by the way.
Don't go to Russia.
Yeah, I didn't think that he would beat the shark, but I did see some cool stuff on Michael Phelps. I did swim in like grade school and stuff, so I kind of have a little bit of interest in the sport of swimming. And saw a really cool thing. They broke down Michael Phelps' physique. He's got a longer torso and longer arms, and I guess his feet are wider than average. Like this dude, yeah. I mean, it's amazing. We talk about Jay had the genetics to work out. I mean, this guy was like, came out the womb. It must have been a water birth because he came out ready to swim. So it is pretty cool. And the one thing I would say, I kind of touched on it before, but as an athletic community, and I'm definitely too old to still consider myself an athlete, but we all need to respect each other and their hard work and the success. I mean, Michael Phelps spent, if I'm not mistaken from what I read once, 7 to 8 hours a day in the pool swimming. So a full 40-hour work week he invested into his sport. Not everyone has the ability to do that, but you have to respect the hard work. And listen, the same things that are going to help him recover from an aggressive workout are the same things that are going to help you recover from the chest workout the other day and help Dennis recover from the one workout he does every other week.
Ooh,
so,
killing
Another interesting fact about athletes like Michael Phelps, these high-level athletes or, whoever you're talking about, what is it mentally that they have different that gives them the ability to do that? Because that's so rare.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I would actually love to dive into that. And you have some friends that are playing in the NFL and some guys that did play. Maybe we get one of them on the phone and really dive into the psyche of an athlete. I mean, it's cool. And
absolutely.
Even someone like, Zach or one of our strength athletes, what do they think when they step up and look at the bar and they like man.
Jay Cutler always said, you have to be a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I hope it comes off the ground this time. Like, that's what I would be thinking. So, all right, we're heading into the end here.
Deals this week.
Yeah, let's talk about some fresh stuff going on.
All right, so we have a flash sale on bpisports.com right now, 30% off the entire website. Go check that out.
And I got to give a shout out to one of my favorite products that we make. We have a product called Amino Strong. It's designed to be an intra-workout, but I actually use it a lot in the mornings if I do fasted cardio because it has a full array of essential amino acids along with 3 grams of creatine, 3 grams of citrulline, and 1 gram of biotin. So it's like pump, strength, and kind of muscle preserving, muscle recovery. I think it's an awesome product, and it's actually on promo at GNC this month. So if you're looking to get in on that, it's a perfect time to buy in. We've had keto on the agenda for 3 sessions now, and I'm scratching it off for next week again.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get into keto today.
We got a lot of ground to cover on ketogenic dieting, though. That'll be a very fun episode.
On its own. We'll probably bring Dr. Osborne in.
If you're looking for some great keto products, though, check out Vitamin Shop. We've got them all on shelf right now. Good deals going on.
Yeah, including the keto weight loss. So if you're not like totally going keto, but you're looking to leverage the benefits of ketogenic dieting, we do have a quote-unquote diet pill model product that'll help you in that goal, and Vitamin Shop kills it with that product. So I guess we're heading in. Yeah, I don't know. Well, we got a closer here. You want to read?
You're blue. I'm red.
Oh, I'm blue?
That's you.
I actually thought I was the liberal one here. Let's see. Thank you guys for tuning in. Join us every Wednesday on iTunes. You can also find the entire podcast for my favorite price, BOGO 50, on the BPI Sports YouTube channel and on bpisports.com. So till next time, remember, don't be a pussy.
Be a pussy.
In the gym.